Hey, it's Monday, and today is April the 13th, and for me, April the 13th holds significance. For the past 8 years, it's held a good day for me. It is my Found You Day. And by Found You Day, it means I found my biological family. I was adopted when I was 6 weeks old. I've always known that I was adopted. My parents never hid that from me. My brother and I both have always known that we were adopted. We were always told if you're ready and whenever you want to find or look for your biological family, we'll help you do it. Because with Catholic Charities, the adoptions are closed. So the only information that you get is what they put on the paperwork. So all that I saw, or all that my mother and father knew, was that my biological grandmother, my maternal grandmother, has the same condition that I have, which is my neurofibromatosis, NF for short, which is the tumors that I have that can grow on the inside and outside of your body. And what that is, it's a genetic condition, or you can get it spontaneously, 1 in 2,300 births. But mine was genetic. It's not contagious, anything like that. But if you want to know more about it, there's plenty of information out there that you can look it up and learn about it. So, fast forward to several years later, growing up, I've always known I was adopted. And I'm on Facebook, and I'm in a Facebook group and for neurofibromatosis, and there was this lady in there, and I was like, man, that could be my biological mom, because there were so many similarities. We looked alike. We were from the same area. Her last name was similar to my case name, Baby Cozine. But by the way, FYI, I'm not going to mention her name or who she actually is, because I'm not giving that credit because of the story that follows behind. So I'm on Facebook in my early 30s, I would say. And there's a Facebook group for people who have NF, and this woman lived in Louisville, and she had NF, and she was strikingly resembling me. I showed my mom, I'm like, Mom, look, I think this is who had me. And she said, baby, ask her. And if she says no, if not, because, we always told you we'd help you find your family if you wanted to. So I said, hey, by any chance, did anyone in your family give a child up for adoption in 78? She said, not to my knowledge. Okay, fine. So we still kept in contact because we live in the same area. We had the same condition. We have a lot of mutual friends on Facebook because of our condition. So she would chime in every now and then when I would say something, oh, we went out last night, I drank too much. She would tell me what to do for a hangover because she was a recovering alcoholic. Okay, and would ask me questions about my family. When did I find out that I was adopted? Blase scoop, how did I feel about being adopted? Keep in mind, this whole time she said no one in her family had a child and put them up for adoption, so I just let it go, roll it off my back, whatever. So, go down the line, a few years later, I meet this girl in this Facebook group, okay? And this girl looks just like me. I thought this woman looked like me. This girl is like my twin, okay? We're 7 years apart, though. And everybody in the group were like, oh my God, you all need a DNA test. You all look so much alike, okay? So, me and Laura, right here, Laura, this is the girl I'm going to show you a picture of. So we get to talking, right? And she has a friend who works in a genetics center. So they gave us a DNA test. She lives in Washington State at the time. I'm down here in Louisville still. So they sent her one and me one. And guess what? We are indeed cousins. So this next picture I'm going to show you is of me and Laura. After we finally got to meet, she drove from Washington to Kentucky. So after all this and finding all this out, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to do ancestry DNA and see if I don't have any other family out there or anybody who might be looking for family. And I put it out there when I made my profile. I am not looking for a relationship. I just have a condition that other conditions can stem from, and I just need to know my biological background and medical background, blase scoop. Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th, 2018. I have a hit for a first cousin. And I remember seeing it and my heart dropped. I'm like, oh my God, Mom, Dad, look. I told my boyfriend Travis, I told my son Arthur, I'm like, look, y'all. And my boyfriend and my parents, everybody was like, we'll support you. You go forward and you find this information out. We'll support you, but just be ready. Because it's not always good things you find. And I was ready for it, with a genetic condition, and there's just so much that comes with it and no answers. I just wanted to know. So I get in touch with my cousin, right? My first cousin on there was my hit, my cousin Kelly. And she was like, well, you know what? we're going to figure this out. We started comparing stories and all this stuff. We all grew up in the same area of town. It was phenomenal how much information we found out about each other in like 20 minutes, okay? So the lady that I was friends with on Facebook all those years, who knew I was adopted and asked me about it and all that stuff, I said, hey, guess what? We might actually be related now because I have another cousin. Well, this was a cousin I had multiple cousins show up on this ancestry DNA. One cousin was on one side and one cousin was on another side, but we found that out later. So I'm like, so yeah, I did my ancestry DNA test and I have a hit for a first cousin, and then I have a hit for a second cousin, but my second cousin has your last name. Don't you know this woman said, oops, you've done your homework, I guess you found me. That lady from all those years ago that I asked, that was my biological mother, and she knew this whole time. And I was floored, you all. We were getting ready to go out that night. I was with my friend Renee, and I literally almost hit the concrete. She had to catch me. I just handed her my phone. I said, read this. I'm going to be sick. So she knew who this woman was because I told her about it all these years ago. And she was like, Beth, oh my God. So then we called my friend Kelly, and I told her what's going on. I mean, I'm bawling my eyes out. I called my mom crying so hard because I just felt so deceived that this woman had lied to me for all these years, okay? And I felt like my privacy had been invaded. And we talked for a few more minutes, that night being the woman, egg donor. That's what I call her, is egg donor. And she told me why she kept it quiet and told her side of the story and everything. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But then it clicked. I'm like, you know what? No, that's not okay because I was grown when I asked you this question. And you could have said, nobody knows. Please keep this quiet. And I would have done that. And you would have thought that since we have a genetic condition that will ultimately be our demise, probably because of all the side effects it can have, that she would have said something to me, right? No, she didn't. So the whole point of this story was I found my dad's side of the family, who he had passed over years before I got my results back and before I even did the tests and stuff. But my Found You Day is the day I found the Walshes, and it has been amazing. They are amazing. They were so accepting. They welcomed me with open arms. I'm going to post that video in here, too, of the night that I actually met my biological family, but it's been a ride. So that's what I said. Long story short, hang on tight. It was going to be a long ride, but my biological family accepted me, my family with open arms, and they were glad that we got to meet because they said it's like getting a piece of my biological father back. So April the 13th is my Found You Day.
Oh my God, it's the two redheads. Awesome. Awesome.
Look like twins.
I know. This is so awesome. The two redheads. Look, say hi, Kel. Hi. This is Kelly. This is it. We're just waiting.
Okay, your turn.
And then you got a video.
There's Karen. Oh, hang on, I got a video. Here, Kelly.
Hold on.
You're also, you look just like lots of people on
Still going?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my stuff down.
Doing good?
Yes.
Good. Everything's great.
Hello. I'm your DNA match. I am your match and you're my match. This is so exciting.
Got my hand
Oh my
shaking.
God, she looks like you are look-alike. Oh my God, Arthur.
Hi, Arthur. Arthur thinks we're crazy.
Hey.
And this is Karen. I know, I'm crying. I can't stop crying.
I'm